Most people think they freeze because the cold outside is just too strong. But the truth is, almost no one dies from the cold itself. People die because they misunderstand how heat moves. One tiny draft under a door can steal as much warmth as stepping into an ice bath. One wrong candle can poison the same air you're depending on to survive. And one simple object like cardboard, the kind used in every shipping box, can raise your survival odds more than a $1,000 gadget. Cold doesn't kill quickly, ignorance does. And once you understand how warmth escapes, you'll never look at winter the same way again. You don't survive cold by adding heat. You survive by stopping heat from escaping. That single idea flips every winter life hack on its head. Forget the fireplace, forget space heaters, forget piling up every blanket you own. If you don't seal the leaks, the warmth slips away faster than you can generate it. But here's the good news. Once you understand how warmth escapes, every object around you becomes gear, even paper, even tape, even the air itself. In this video, you'll learn the most reliable cold weather survival techniques people rarely talk about, methods used by campers, blackout survivors, and old-world homesteaders who stayed warm long before fancy gear existed. You'll understand why small, counterintuitive actions outperform big, obvious ones. And you'll leave with simple steps you can use in any emergency with everyday objects found in almost every home.
Let me start with a story about winter survival. A survivor told his story that almost sounds like folklore, but is completely true. He was alone in a small cabin deep in the woods when a blizzard cut off all access to the outside world. His firewood ran out, his lighter broke, temperatures dropped below freezing. He had walls, a roof, and one thick blanket, nothing more. Instead of panicking, he pulled out his small camping tent and set it up on the bed. Then he crawled inside, wrapped himself in the blanket, and waited. Within minutes, his own breath and body heat warmed the space around him. The tent trapped a tiny bubble of warm, still air. Outside the tent, the room remained ice cold. Inside, he was safe. Survival experts later said that simple choice likely saved his life. You don't always win by creating heat. You win by trapping the heat you already have. And that leads us to the real heart of winter survival. Most people think coldness is something that invades. But scientifically, cold is simply the absence of heat. Your warmth is always trying to escape to the air, to the walls, to your clothes, to the floor. Your real battle is not making heat, it's preventing heat loss. A tiny draft can pull away more warmth than a thick blanket can replace. Windows drain heat through conduction faster than you think. Moist air cools your body in minutes. Survival begins with understanding this rule. Every degree you save is a degree you don't have to create. So, let's talk about the tools you already own that save those degrees.
This is one of the most important concepts in winter survival. Dead air is air that cannot move. When air doesn't move, it traps warmth. When it moves even slightly, it carries your heat away. Almost every warm object you've ever used, jackets, sleeping bags, tents, even down feathers, works by trapping pockets of dead air. Once you understand this, everything around you becomes insulation. Cardboard over windows traps a layer of still air. Blankets hung as curtains do the same. Newspaper stuffed into clothing creates dozens of tiny air chambers. A tent creates a dome of still air around your body. A blanket fort works for the exact same reason. Dead air is invisible, but in the cold, it's worth more than fire. Right now, your body is generating enough heat to power a light bulb, around 80 to 120 watts. You are already producing heat continuously. The key is trapping it. This is where clothing matters. Layer 1, a wicking layer
to pull moisture off your skin. Layer 2, an insulating layer like wool or alpaca. Alpaca is often warmer than wool. And layer 3, a windproof or waterproof outer shell. No fancy gear needed, just the right sequence. And don't forget the heat leak zones: your head, your hands, your feet. A warm core means nothing if your extremities are losing heat faster than your body can pull it back in.
Sometimes you need more than body heat, but desperation can lead to danger. Here's what actually works. Steric candles burn clean and steady. Cheap candles can release harmful fumes. Tea light heater, candles under a raised metal pan, can gently radiate warmth, but must be treated with extreme caution. The Mr. Heater Big Buddy, with certified indoor safe propane tanks, is one of the few heaters designed for enclosed spaces. Small, safe, effective. And best of all, these don't replace your body's heat, they assist it. Now let's take everything you've learned and turn it into simple, step-by-step actions you can follow immediately. Step 1. Shrink your space. Move into the smallest room you can. Seal every crack with duct tape, towels, or clothes. Set up a tent or blanket fort on a raised surface like a bed. The smaller the air volume, the easier it is to heat. Step 2. Build insulation. Tape cardboard or blankets over windows. Lay rugs, blankets, or cardboard across cold floors. Put on multiple layers before you feel cold. Create dead air pockets everywhere possible. Step 3. Make safe heat. Use steric candles or an approved indoor heater. If desperate, build a tea light heater carefully on stable, non-flammable surfaces. Keep children and pets away from open flames. Step 4. Prepare essentials. Keep medication accessible. Stock calorie-dense foods. Use a compost-type toilet if water is unavailable. Stay hydrated. Cold dehydrates faster than you think. Each of these steps buys you time, warmth, and clarity. And cold survival, more than anything, is a game of time.
Cold doesn't attack. It doesn't chase you. It simply waits for your heat to slip out of your body and into the air around you. It waits for the cracks you didn't seal, the layers you didn't wear, the choices you didn't make. But winter is not unbeatable. All of these things are simple, but survival is simple once you understand the rules. And perhaps the biggest rule of all is this: you don't need to create warmth. You only need to protect the warmth you already have. If the power ever goes out, if the temperature ever drops fast, if you ever face winter unprepared, you won't panic, you won't rush, you won't guess. You'll shrink your world. You'll trap your heat. You'll use the small things wisely. And you'll wait, calm, steady, confident, until help arrives, or morning breaks, or the storm finally breathes out and moves on. Because you now understand the secret of surviving the cold. You don't have to be stronger than winter. You just have to outsmart it long enough to see the sun again. Like, subscribe, and comments your thoughts below.